What is up, everybody? Welcome to our Airback Backpack review. During this review, I'm going to take you through the ins and outs of this backpack. I'm going to go over its top features. We're going to pack it out, see how much we can fit inside. And I would stay tuned until the end of the review, just in case this isn't your perfect backpack. I'm going to give a few alternative recommendations. So let's get into it. Let's start off with the gist of the Airback Backpack. All right, we got an interesting little backpack for you today. Never before have I reviewed or even used a backpack like this. But this bag has a built-in vacuum system. This is a travel backpack. It's got some expansion, some compression. It's got a nice sleek look to it, and it's got some really cool features. Some of them being, we've got side compression straps, we've got side USB ports, a lockable laptop compartment, and the star of the show is this built-in vacuum system. This bag is 22 liters that can actually expand to 48 liters. And for reference, this is what it looks like fully packed out on me. I am 5'2". It comes in 5 different color options. It weighs 3.7 pounds. And this feature-heavy backpack is going to cost you $299 US. And if you're like, oh my God, built-in vacuum system? I need that. I don't even know what it is, but I need it. And you want to make a purchase, we do ask that you use the link in the description below. That link is always going to offer you the best price for these bags. It's going to offer any discount codes that we have going on, and it's always going to show support to the Gear for the Girls YouTube channel, which we greatly appreciate. But let's get into it. I want to see the ins and outs of this bag. Let's start off with the front of the Airback Backpack. For the front, we've got 100% recycled nylon 900D face wax coating. And basically what that means is this front material is just smooth. Like, I just want to go like this all day long too. I just want to pet it like it's a little doggy. It is super smooth, which gives it a really sleek look, and it definitely is going to offer some weather resistance. But on the flip side of that, it is a little bit on the heavier side, so I think these materials add to the weight a bit. So if you're taking this bag traveling, that is something to take into consideration, but we're going to talk about the weight later. So we do have a pretty minimalist front. We really only have one top pocket. To get into there, we've got 2 zippers, just unzip, and we've got a little half moon opening. And first thing, it's black interior color. I am not a fan of black interior. I'm blind. I need something bright to help me find what I'm looking for in there, and it kind of, when it's the same color, black, it's just like a dark hole in there. So that is one thing I wish was just a little bit lighter. But we do have just one mesh pocket in here, which is pretty big. It goes to about the bottom of the pocket, and then we got some room in here. We also do have a little key leash that is detachable, and an extra loop on the side here that you can use for, I was gonna say external carry, but it's more like internal carrying. So we're gonna start filling out this front pocket. In the mesh internal pocket, I'm gonna go ahead and throw my passport in there, my wallet, portable battery, my AirPods, and I'm going to attach my key leash. See, this, I hate key leashes like this because I have nails and they're painted and I have to stick my nails in these little rings to get this in here, and it just pisses me off. I don't like to ruin them, so this isn't my favorite kind of key leash, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Put it on there. I do like it that it is detachable though, because it is short, so when you're wearing the bag, you're definitely not gonna be able to be like, to take it off and open your door. It's short, so I do like that it's detachable, so I can just pop it off, open my door. Beautiful. We'll throw that in there and we'll zip that pocket on up. And then we've got a lot of extra room in here. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my big bulky headphones. They fit perfectly in there, and some hand sanitizer. I don't wanna overload that front pocket because I don't want it to give the bag a bulky look. And those are just like my quick access items I'm gonna need while I'm traveling. So I think that is good to go. But I know the middle is gonna have a lot going on. So let's get into the middle of the Airback Backpack. For the middle, we're just gonna get right into the main compartment. Right above that top pocket, we've got 2 zippers that lead into the main compartment. So we're gonna unzip, unzip, and we've got a suitcase style opening into that main compartment. This side is the infamous built-in vacuum system. And on this side, we've got 1, 2 pockets. We're gonna start off with this pocket. This is an odor resistant pocket, so that is perfect for smelly shoes. And I'm gonna use the smelliest shoes I could find. We've got my brother Aaron's gross sneakers. We're gonna see if this really is odor resistant. These are men's US size 9. So we're gonna put these in here, and they fit pretty good. I'm a size 6, so I know my shoes will fit in there nicely. I just wanted to see what size shoe could fit. We're gonna close that up. I do like a little shoe pouch. It is nice to have. Odor resistant for sure. Aaron definitely needs that. Then for this top pocket, if you don't travel with a tech pouch, this could be a really good spot for all your cords, your mouses, things like that. I am going to put something in there that I'm going to use for this. That's going to be my designated spot for it. So let's get on into this. We've got the vacuum system. Basically what it is you're going to fill this pouch up with all your clothes, and then you're going to use this nifty little contraption, and it's going to suck all the air out and make it pretty much a lot smaller in here, and then you can fit more items on there. We are going to get in here. We've got this super hard to open zipper. So we've got this little D-hook to help open it, and this really cool zipper puller. The reason that it is so hard to open, like this thing has gotta be airtight so that no air escapes, so that we can suck it all out. And I mean, not pretty basic, it is basic. There's nothing going on in here. So we're just gonna pack it out, see how much we can fit. Normally, I am someone who likes to travel with packing cubes, but this is like one giant packing cube. So I'm just gonna start filling it out, empty my packing cubes, and we're just gonna throw all my clothes in here. The reason that I like packing cubes is because I feel like it's a bit more organized, and look at this, if I had this bag, I would just literally throw all my in here like I'm doing now. Just gonna load this up. That's got a pretty decent amount of clothing. We're gonna zip it up. Use your muscles. Okay, now, to really utilize this bag, use it for what it was made for, get the most out of it, you're going to need the air pump, which is an additional cost. It does not come with this bag. This little air pump is going to cost you an additional $53 US. You don't necessarily need it. You can apply all your weight and kind of push the air out of it like that. Might be a little more time consuming, but it is an option. You can use a vacuum at home to suck the air out. But for me personally, I think that if you want to get your money's worth of this bag, like you need the little air pump, especially if you're traveling. It's just going to be the most convenient. You do have to charge it though, so make sure you charge it, you don't forget. It also does come with all these attachments for the air pump. I personally like this little guy because it gets right in there. And we're gonna see what this bad boy was made to do. Shove that in. 3, 2, 1. Wow. Whoa, look at that thing. Okay. I mean, yeah, it's going down. It's getting all tight, a little wrinkly. That thing's got no more air. Literally just shriveled up into nothing. No, I wish, but yeah, it definitely, we'll make sure to close that. It definitely gives you some extra space. It is a little bit time consuming, but I think the other options would be way more time consuming. So now that that's all set, we're gonna put these back in their cute little pouches. And this is where I'm going to store in that pocket. But if you do get the air pump, you gotta bring it with you. So that is something that is taking up extra space, you know, if you wanted to use that pocket for something else. This bag does have a lot of pros and cons. It really depends if this feature is just so mind-blowing and you're like, that is an amazing feature. You gotta deal with the extra cons of it, but you know, it does create some extra room. So we're gonna go ahead and throw a book on top. We've got a little toiletry kit. I'm also gonna try and fit my tech pouch in there. We're really gonna push this bag to its limit because it also does have an expansion feature. And so I am gonna utilize that expansion feature. Right here, we've got that one big zipper, and we're just gonna unzip, and then let's easily now. All right, and there we go with the expansion feature. But I like the front, I like the sleek look. I really do like these materials. I think it looks really nice. And then on top of it, we've even got more compression with these side compression straps. And I love these because you're wearing your backpack and some lady at the airline thinks your bag isn't gonna fit in a little container, or that's what it's like in US airports. And yeah, it probably wouldn't fit like that, but you utilize these little straps, you could fit that baby in the bin, no doubt. And especially if you have to put it in the overhead compartment, it's gonna make it easier to fit in there. You don't wanna take up extra space. And just cinches the bag a little bit more, which is always a good feature. I am a sucker for side compression straps. Underrated in my opinion. But the one problem with side compression straps is if you got a water bottle pocket, it does get in the way. So you gotta unclip that. And let's look at this. Ooh, we got a nice little stretchy water bottle pocket here. I love me a stretchy water bottle. Let's see if we can fit a 1 liter. Yeah, no. Oh, look at that. That thing stretches. But you know, that is gonna give a huge bulky look. So if you're not traveling with a 1 liter water bottle, you can definitely fit a smaller one in there. Put that, and then you actually could, with a smaller water bottle, still utilize that side compression strap. You just gotta put the water bottle in first. And then on the other side, we do have one side handle, which has no padding. It's very thin. It's the same materials as these front materials, so they are soft, but I wish there was a little bit of a cushion to it because that material does kind of hurt a little bit. But this version of the backpack has just the regular side handle, but you can upgrade this version of the backpack and buy one with a side weight handle. Basically, it's just like a built-in weighted handle that is going to tell you how much your bag weighs, which definitely comes in handy when you're flying certain airlines that weigh your bags, especially if you're an overpacker. You can test it at home, you know. But the downside to that, one, it's going to be more expensive. That version of the bag does cost $329 US, and it does add a little bit more weight to the bag. It'll come in at 4.1 pounds versus 3.7 pounds. And there you have it. That was a lot for the middle, but let's get into the back of the Airback Backpack. First up for the back, we've got a top handle, which is exactly the same as that side handle. Not my favorite, not gonna lie. It's not cushioned, it's a little bit hard, but those materials are soft. But yeah, I wish there was just a little bit of padding to it. Then behind that, we've got the laptop compartment. To get into there, I'm gonna go ahead and unclip the side compression straps. And on the side, we've got 2 zippers to get into this laptop compartment. And in here, it is pretty basic. On one side, we've got 2 side pockets and 2 pen slots. And then on the other side, we have a tablet sleeve and a laptop sleeve, both with these rubber holders to keep the electronics in place. First off, I'm gonna start with my 12-inch iPad. When I go to put it in, it does not really fit in that sleeve. It's gonna be popping out a bit, but you can utilize these 2 straps to sort of keep it in place. But just so you know, it's gonna be popping out a bit, but when it's zipped up closed, it's really not gonna make that big of a difference. We're gonna try and put our 16-inch pretend laptop in here. And that does fit pretty perfectly. So if you have a smaller device, it's gonna fit really nice in there. And for false bottom, teeny tiny false bottom, but better than nothing, you know? And as you can see, it's tight. It's getting a little bit hard to access in here. There is actually a sleeve on this side of the backpack all the way down here, but it is way too hard for me to get in there, so I probably wouldn't utilize that. I'm gonna go ahead and put a pen in the pen slot, And these pockets are good pockets for some cords if you want to put your phone charger, your computer charger, if you don't have a tech pouch. But I did put my tech pouch in the main compartment already, and this is getting a bit tight. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. We're gonna go ahead and zip it up. And another feature we've got on this side, we got a little locky lock going on here. I do like that it is lockable of the laptop compartment, which I think is super safe, but these things, man, they just freak me out because I'm always scared I'm going to forget my password and then literally screwed and my laptop is just locked in there forever. I'm just being dramatic, but 3-number passcode. You know, sometimes people forget these things. But if you're not like me and you love this and you utilize it all the time, what you're gonna do is you're just going to push button in, take zipper pullers, put it in the slot, and then let the button go, and those are safe and secure. Change your passcode up, boom. Ain't no one getting that laptop compartment. Your baby's gonna be nice and safe back there. And for the other side, man, this bag's got features. We got a little built-in USB outlet. So we're gonna flip this thing on open, and you got a USB and a USB-C outlet in there. So basically with that, what you're gonna do is you get a little battery pack, you put it in the backpack, and then you don't have to worry about like having the cords everywhere and like carrying the battery pack. You just boop, got your phone, you plug it in, and then you plug it in there, and you're good to go. This thing is high tech, high functional. It's got a lot going on. And now we're gonna talk comfort. Let's get into these features. For the shoulder straps, whoa! We got this super fun little foam design going on back here. This is fun. This might be comfortable. Might feel like a little massage going on in your back. Very soft materials, nicely padded. And then below that, we've got this sort of mesh material that is also on the back panel, and that's gonna offer some nice airflow. It's not gonna get super stuffy back here, especially because we've got a nice cutout back here. And the back padding is pretty thin. It doesn't go all the way to the edge, so that will also add some extra airflow back here. So if you're taking this bag traveling somewhere super hot, you won't get all sweaty and stuffy back there. You'll get a nice little breeze for my back sweaters, AKA me. So I think that that's really nice feature. We've got a luggage pass-through holder here, so you can plop this bag sideways on a luggage. We've got a sternum strap that helps redistribute the weight, take some of your pressure off the back. We got a whistle, super fun. Hopefully you don't have to use it if you're in danger, but you know, it's a good thing to have, especially for solo female travelers. I love a whistle. And then it is pretty easily adjustable. Below that, we got the adjusters, so you can make it as tight or as loose as you would like, and we've got some dangle stoppers as well. And then we've got one little hidden pocket on the side here that I will say when the bag's fully packed out, it is not as easy to access it. So I would put something really thin in there, maybe like a credit card, some spare cash. If you are traveling, you can put your passport in there. It is very thin, so it's just gonna slide in there easily. And it's got its own little designated spot, because I know I always have a heart attack like every 5 minutes wondering where my passport is. But if it's in its own spot, I feel a little more peace of mind. Yeah, that's it. I'm a little nervous to try this bag on, but that's what I'm here for, guys. This is the Airback Backpack, fully packed out, 5'2" girl. First thing I'm noticing, I really do like that back panel. Love the back padding. I like how narrow the two sides are of the back padding. Normally I like the whole back to be padded, but I don't know, it kind of feels really good. It feels a little more light back there, but it's massaging my back more. I don't know, I do really like that. The shoulder straps are a bit thick for me. I'm smaller. I wear my backpacks really tight though, so sometimes it digs into my neck. So I probably wouldn't utilize the sternum strap because it just digs it in even more, but they're just a bit wide for me. I need a little bit thinner shoulder straps. But I like that material. It is soft. I mean, the backpack's kind of heavy. It feels like I'm carrying a bigger backpack, but it did still fit a lot in there. I mean, it's pretty comfortable. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be way heavier and way less comfortable, but I'm kind of digging the comfort. That back padding, I really do like that. So it's pretty comfy. All right, now let's get into the pros and the cons of the Airback Backpack. For my pros, pro number one is gonna be the back panel and the padding. And pro number 2 is gonna be the really weather resistant materials. But for my cons, con number 1, it's just a bit of a complicated user experience. And con number 2, because of that, it just adds a little bit of extra weight, so the bag's a bit heavy for me. But if you think this is literally the coolest bag that you've ever seen and you are ready to make a purchase, we do ask that you use the first link in the description. Thank you. But if your mind's like going crazy or like that just was so much, there's too much going on with this bag, and you want to see some other options, I got you. Here are my alternatives to the Airback Backpack. Okay, I got 2 alternative recommendations. For my first one, I'm going complete opposite. We're going with the Osprey Daylite 26+6 backpack. And this is for you if you just hated the way the Airback looked, or you just want some colors, or you just want a light backpack. This still has an expansion feature. It's got the whistle, you know? It's super comfortable and breathable, and I think it's just a really great option if you're looking for a bag with features that is still a bit more minimalist. So if you'd like to learn some more information about this guy, you can check the link in the description below. And for alternative recommendation number 2, I went with the Tortuga Expandable Backpack. Now this is more on the same wavelength as Airback, same kind of style, but this is just so much more minimalist. It's got the expansion feature. It can go from 27 liters up to 32.5 liters. It is very lightweight and it has awesome comfort features. So if you would like to learn everything that there is to know about this backpack, you can watch our full review right here. Okay, and that is all for this review today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you're liking these videos, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. My name is Marissa. This is Gear for the Girls, brought to you by Nomads Nation. Peace.